Liverpool is a city defined by regeneration and reinvigoration, and we're going to see that today on our Brews and Views channel, where we go to the Baltic Fleet, a fabulous pub with some really great beer in the heart of the Baltic Triangle, an area that has seen warehouses transformed into residences and is a hub for entrepreneurs, street artists, and all things fun and hip and new. The Baltic Triangle gets its name from the warehouses doing most of their shipping business with areas in the Baltic, and has even garnered a slang term. If you say things are really Baltic, you mean they're very cold, referring to those Baltic regions where they were doing business. But as you enter the area, you're first hit with the street art, and then you start recognizing that these are mixed-use residences and lots of small shops and local places. The Baltic Fleet pub is a revived building that we fell in love with just across the street from the Albert Docks and the Liverpool Wheel, which means it's accessible if you're doing the Tate Museum or the Beatles story. The Baltic Triangle is this space right in the south of downtown Liverpool. The building that houses the Baltic Fleet pub was originally two separate pubs that opened in 1851. It was designed to look like a ship, and it was named after the Siberian whaling ships whose crews frequented the area. And it served sailors with beer and other pressing needs. The building still, though it's merged into a single pub, continues its original purpose of serving good beers.
We don't do flights, no.
Okay.
We do schooners, halves and pints.
Because we couldn't do a flight, we decided on 2 half pints, and we tried one of the Oatmeal Stout and the Oktoberfest. 2 very different beers, but stick with us and let's see how they score. We are at Baltic Fleet Pub, which is right in the heart of downtown Liverpool, right across the street from the dockyards, Albert Dock. And what I would tell you about this place, they have an incredible selection of really good beers, and beers that you're not going to find anywhere else in the city. They do brew some of their own down in the cellar below. I don't think those are the 2 we're tasting today. And unfortunately, they don't do actual flights, so you can order a half pint and try as you like. So the first one we're going to try is the Beartown Oktoberfest.
Served room temperature.
Okay.
When I think of Oktoberfest, I think of Marzen type. I don't know what that is. It's very average.
Ooh. I actually like that. So score-wise?
That is about a 6.4.
Oh, so I'm giving that a 7. I don't do all of those crazy fractional things, but I'd give it at least a 7 and maybe coming up on a 7.5.
That it would be a fractional thing.
Not the crazy, because what I wanted to say was like a 7.25, but I refrained from that. Okay, the next one, so we went from the light to the dark, and this one is a Peerless Oatmeal Stout. Peerless Oatmeal Stout.
Very dark color, very creamy brown head.
Oh. And if you haven't had a cup of coffee today, this could substitute.
That is about a 7.8.
Okay. So that mellows, second taste, that mellows, which, you know, we had a guy, beer maker in, was it in Valdez? And he wouldn't serve us, do you remember that? He wouldn't serve us flights, and he said he just didn't believe in them because it makes you drink beer incorrectly, it makes you taste beer incorrectly, and he wants you to drink a whole and get used to it, and this would be proof of that. So my score on this one would be I'm gonna go 7.5 again. Both of these are really good beers that I would go up and order.
What did I say, 7.8?
Mm-hmm. So that means you get the Stout and I get the Oktoberfest. Usually that's the other way around.
We're just following up our beer tasting here at the Baltic Fleet Brewery pub. And just want to talk about the overall impression of the location. Now, I would say it's a street level pub and a very traditional style.
I think it's a super cool old building. I really like the
I
building.
would agree.
And they've done some fun things on the inside, like I would do at a pub, where they put little pub coasters all over the walls, and they've got stuff on chalkboards and that kind of thing. And really your sitting areas are these great wooden benches or these little iron stools.
Yeah, these benches feel like church
A little bit
pews
like a pew.
that have been repurposed. But it is a funky old building, arched windows.
And there's a food truck right outside the back window. So there's Bratwurst. Could be Oktoberfest, I don't know, but there's Bratwurst right outside. Yeah, that Bratwurst was just a little too much temptation. We ordered a Bratwurst and a bowl, and he hand makes it all right there. It smells so good. And then he carries it inside and delivers it to your table. It's the perfect setup, and he's a really fun guy, great chef. And we ended up having a little bit of a chance to talk to the bartender, and what a fabulously good experience. Just good people. These are the kinds of folks that give Scousers a good name. But after some good food, we weren't quite done drinking beer. We needed one more to go with our lunch. After getting our 2 half-pint tasters, our bartender convinced me to try a Weißstaffen because I love Hefeweizens. All right, this is a Weißstaffen, which is a Weiss beer. And it is actually the oldest brewer in Germany, maybe even in the world, I'm told at the bar. So how can I miss? It's a wheat beer from the oldest brewer in the world, and OMG. This is my beer. It is banana all over the place. And what I think is really interesting about this, I don't like banana. So don't give me a banana cocktail. I don't even like a banana. But somehow banana in beer completely works for me, and I love this beer. So Weißstaffen? Get my new beer.
Can you compare it to anything?
Yeah, so I would put it, it's a wheat beer, so it's going to go in those categories of Polaner and Erdinger and some of those, and it's
Frankenkaiser.
Franziskaner, yeah, it's going to be in that same family. And there's probably, if I were doing a tasting between them, which that would be a fun tasting to do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I could tell you which one I like the best, but I can tell you I like this, and I'm putting it in that family.
Very cloudy.
Yes, sir. Unfiltered. So it's a pretty great afternoon, and here's Jonathan's overall rating of the Baltic Fleet.
Yeah, so I would give it a 8.5.
All right. Subscribe to this channel for more of our beer tasting videos around the world. But if you're interested in Liverpool, we have lots of videos on lots of channels. We have an apartment tour overlooking the Mersey River and the Liver Building on our Where to Stay Around the World channel. A really good overview of the city that takes in the Liver Building, museums, Beatles experiences, and Albert Docks and the Mersey. You can find that on our Cruise Ports channel. And finally, we have Beatles tour options for you. We've taken a couple and we'll show you the best of all of them. You'll find that on our Well Traveled Life channel, and we'll put links in the description to all of those.